we changed formation. The shape looked a bit all over the place, and Spurs took advantage of our poor defensive. I mean, again, we're playing Xhaka in defence. We have problems back there. Koscielny came on and he looked rusty. Czech, he didn't look great getting down to the ball and stuff like that. It's a poor performance, but I do feel we could have got something like that if we took our chances.
I get that. Drifty, Dele Alli, great pass to set up the first goal. And then what did you make of his second goal? Great control from Harry Kane and pass, and then a touch and a finish that were just...
It was all about the control. If that control hadn't killed the ball the way it did, he can't do the second part. So it was all about that touch. Lovely control from Kane in the middle, took it down his chest. But why did he have so much space? That was crazy. He was literally in the centre circle, and he got to control it, take it down, and turn, and look up and see the pass. He shouldn't have that much time, man.
Not when you're Harry Kane. I mean, he gets accused a lot of just being a goal scorer, but Harry Kane, he can pass, he can control, he got decent movement. You give him that much time, and then Dele Alli the same.
I think a lot of people underestimate the way Eriksen, Ali, and Kane actually work together. That's a cohesion there that's actually really hard to find in football. They just know each other so well. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, let's hope when Pochettino goes in the summer, takes one or two with him.
Well, do you know what? I do hope he comes to Man United.
You'd have to pry them out of Levy's dead hands.
Mate, come on.
Or bid an absolutely colossal amount of money. It would take an absolute mammoth bid to get him. Yeah. But oh my God. You can't see because you've got a new camera set up, right? I was about to say, let's get some calls on. My phone is missing. The phone is not here. So Javern's going to go and get that for us now. I hope you guys like the new setup.
Capture that for us, Javern.
Yeah, I can't in the room. He's here. Oh, Jay boy.
You're not supposed to be seen.
There we go.
Look, Harry, relax with the whole Harry Kane thing. He's alright.
He's what?
Harry Kane is alright. Relax with the whole Harry Kane thing.
You keep talking, Havo. I'll tell everyone your real name. Go away from me. Javern, let's get a few calls on the air. So let's see what a few of these unhappy gooners have got to say after being dumped out by their local rivals. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name?
Dan.
Hello, Dan. Who do you support, mate? Arsenal. Look, give me your the overview of the game and how you're feeling. 2 defeats on the bounce now. Do you feel like your season's crumbling away, or is it just a little blip?
No, we're not crumbling at all. It's just injuries and everything else just not doing us very well at the moment. I think we have to start Xhaka at centre-back.
Well, yeah,
we have no one else
at
centre-back but Granit Xhaka.
Well, you had Koscielny on the bench, so there was somebody else.
Koscielny's not ready yet. He's just come back. I mean, he played, a few under-23 games, the Europa League game. He was terrible against Southampton, to be honest.
So what's your academy saying? Who are the youngsters? Who's in the reserves? Who's in the under-18s? Who could step up to the plate now during this crisis?
Well, that's the thing. He brought in Zach Medley in the Europa League. He played a few minutes. He looks a good player. We didn't...
Yeah, Zach Medley's a good player.
Yeah.
It's just, is he ready to start or play in a Premier League game?
Yeah.
It's different quality playing in the youth leagues compared to the actual league or even in the cups.
I understand. I'm asking a question. I don't know enough about the Arsenal youth setup to know. In terms of Dele Alli tonight, he was majestic. What did you make of his performance and his second goal against you tonight?
I mean, I don't like him personally. I overrate him.
What did you make of the Arsenal fan that?
He's so overrated.
What did you make of the Arsenal fan that threw a missile, a bottle at his head during the game?
I rate that guy.
You rate the guy who threw the bottle?
Yeah.
No, we don't want to see that. We can't have that. I think, there's rivalry.
Look at the guy. He should be punished. But then look at the guy who threw the banana at Aubameyang.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you should throw things at someone else. That's two wrongs don't make a right.
How is that Dele?
I can't agree with that.
So. Yeah, what that Spurs fan did to Aubameyang is disgusting. I'm actually disappointed by the FA that they only banned him from football for 4 years. But why does that mean Dele Alli deserves to have a bottle thrown in his head? That sounds slightly counterproductive to me.
Yeah, I did word that a bit wrong.
I think you did, young man. Listen, you go and soak your head. Take care. God bless. Good night. Jesus Christ.
You can't be doing stuff like that.
Do you know what it is? Okay, the bottle being thrown at him might just have been like it's assault, okay? And we're not going to compare like a bottle being thrown at the head to racial abuse. I think there's a difference, but there's still abuse, and you can't be talking about that in football matches and acting like it's a good thing. Jesus Christ!
Listen, you have to remember, you're there to watch the game. You're there to watch professionals do their job. You wouldn't like it if you was doing your job and someone just come and lob the bottle in your head because they don't like you. Yeah, it's the same thing. You have no right to do that.
He actually took it quite well. Do you know what I mean? We're saying off air, like the way he kind of reacted was actually quite admirable because he didn't even get angry at Socrates telling him to get on with it. He's like, mate, someone just that's something in my head.
Thing, right? Now I know this. I spoke about this at large when it came to the situation with Raheem Sterling, and I think there are different levels of abuse players can go through, i.e., verbal racial abuse or physical racial abuse is right at the top. But equally, football fans create this blanket, like that caller just did, where okay, well, if it's not racial abuse or homophobic abuse, it's okay. It's just calling him names. It's just attacking. He's saying stuff about his mum. It's just throwing things at him and potentially hurting him physically. What if he took Dele Alli's eye out? And to I know that he sort of changed his mind in the end, but that's only because we challenged him. If we'd have sat there and giggled and laughed, we'd have thought he was a right big man. Next caller, please, Javern. Drifty, you legend. Let's beat Bayern is what a few comments in there for you, my man. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name?
My name is Aaron. I support Arsenal.
Hello, Aaron, mate. How you doing?
How you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad.
Good. Obviously, sound disappointed. Of course you are. You lost a North London derby. Good opportunity for Arsenal to try and win a trophy this year. Are you disappointed to lose tonight, or are you going to sort of just wipe your mouth and say, look, it's a Mickey Mouse Cup?
Well, yeah, it is really, isn't it? And that isn't me just being a sore loser. I mean, even if we went through, I'm more interested in the Europa League or finishing fourth. That's what I'm more interested in.
Yeah.
Let Tottenham have that. I mean, that's the last thing they won, wasn't it? So let them have it.
Yeah, I mean, at the same time, when you get to this kind of stage of any cup competition, you do start thinking about finals. Obviously, we lost the final last year as well. But I agree. I think it's because it's Tottenham. It hurts a lot more. But in the grand scheme of things, it's not the biggest defeat. You know, it's not it's not going to hurt the most. We have other things that we need to concentrate on. I agree with you on that point.
You know, I don't know why Xhaka keeps saying centre-back, because if I've been looking, last year when we played United, we had that Greek centre-back, Mavropanos.
Yeah.
Where's he gone? He looked pretty decent last year.
He's injured.
When he played against United.
Yeah, he's injured as well. Long-term injury.
But Mavropanos is injured long-term.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're missing a lot of players in defensive positions.
Would you like to see Unai Emery and the Arsenal board dip into the transfer market?
I think they need to. Yeah. January's always an awkward time, but I think players are overinflated price-wise in January.
Yeah, they are. But you know, as you say,
you've got some gems though.
You've got some long-term injuries, as an example. You know, if you don't have the academy players, as we alluded to with the last call, if they're not the academy players or the youngsters that can be brought into the team, you might need to do that. Do you think the board are willing to spend the money to improve yourselves defensively?
No, of course not. I mean, a new manager comes in, you give him £60 million to spend, so that's not a lot of money, is it? Like, nowadays, with inflation in the market, that doesn't even get you a world-class player, £80 million. I mean, look how much United spent on Lukaku, £75 million.
Yeah.
And you've got 60 million to try and rebuild the squad.
I mean, in an ideal world,
I think it's ridiculous. Considering Arsenal's supposed to be a big team as well, it's not enough funds.
Well, that goes back to Stan Kroenke, and if we start talking about Stan Kroenke, we'll be here all day.
Yeah.
But again, he's kind of papered over, because we've been on this run. He's kind of papered it over.
Was from Usmanov. You know, I wanted him to take over the club. That's what I wanted.
Yeah, he had his flaws as well, though.
Let me ask you tonight, though, when it comes to the game, the tactics from Unai Emery, the fight from your Arsenal players, were you happy with what they delivered tonight?
I mean, the tactics, I wouldn't have gone with the formation he went. I'd have gone three at the back. I think we looked a bit better when we was three at the back. I wouldn't have started Maitland-Niles. I don't think he looks comfortable at right back. He really didn't look that great. The ball's coming in as well, crosses. He didn't look great at all. The fight, I don't think they was really up for it like they was 2 weeks ago against Spurs. They didn't look as up for it. I don't know whether it's a confidence thing from Southampton. I'm not too sure, but yeah.
Would you say that that 22 game unbeaten run papered over some cracks at Arsenal in terms of maybe gave some people a bit of an overflated viewpoint of the progression of the team?
We was lucky in a lot of them. We was lucky in quite a few of them games, if I'm brutally honest with you. You can see there's a lot of issues with the Arsenal team still. And yeah, I think perhaps it did paper over a few cracks. I mean, I'm seeing in the comment section everyone saying Emre out, Emre out. I think that's ridiculous. You can't say that after
comment sections on what channel?
I was looking in the live chat on FanPark Live, and they're people saying Emre out.
That will be rival fans just chatting absolute smack, mate. I wouldn't worry about it. It's do you know what I mean? So definitely ain't Man United fans, because we're not bitter anymore, because we're 0-0 now. We've got the mighty Ole Gunnar in, so it's all good, mate. Look, appreciate your call. Thank you very much, mate.
No worries. Take care.
Cheers, mate.
Guys.
Thank you.
You know what's kind of annoying if you're an Arsenal fan right now? You know when you beat a rival, you can hold on to it. That game now has stopped Arsenal having that for a while. Like, I don't know when you play them in the league next, but you know you get a good 3-4 months of a stretch. Like, shut up, man, we beat you. That's like ruined that for Arsenal.
Especially as they absolutely smashed Spurs in the league, no doubt about it. But they're behind them in the league now.
Yeah.
Spurs are third, and Spurs are through to a semi-final of a cup competition. So I know there's this big debate about power shift. Now, history-wise, that will take 30, 40 years. But in terms of who the best team are right now, there is no doubt about it in my mind. Spurs are a better footballing team than Arsenal. And Arsenal have progressed this year. It's taking nothing away from them. But that victory, that 4-2 comeback, I think it gave Arsenal fans that like hope and that spirit. And then since then, it's kind of, everything's crumbled away a little bit.
I think you have to take these things and you have to look at them objectively. Yes, it was a great result against Tottenham. But in the grand scheme of things, like the gentleman said, we have been very lucky throughout that run. And I've said it time and time again. I've sat here and said it. Our luck was going to run out sooner or later. Injuries have hit us. We've had 2 bad results now. Now it shows. Now we get to see the character of the team. Do we bounce back? How do we bounce back? The next game against Burnley, how is Emery going to set the team up? Are we going to be able to get a result?
Yeah.
That's a massive game now, because that's going to show a lot about how much we progress. Because under Wenger, people said we didn't have the backbone, we didn't show character, we were soft. Now we get to see how do we bounce back from these losses.
Yeah, I agree. One sec, Javern, are you going to switch between the cameras?
Yes, I am.
Javon, you keep calling this phone as well. Is this your phone? Is it your phone you need? Like, this phone has been ringing and going off for ages, and I thought it was Devo's. I'm like, bruv, the FanPark like this. So we ring someone on Javern's phone, ladies and gentlemen.
Javern's having an off day.
Who is Poco? Who is she? Wow, Javern, are you going there later? Lucky boy. He's got a big one. No, it's all right. It's cool. Sorry, Javern. It's all good. Sorry. I'm wondering how phones
turn it
get
down
on
just in case.
I'll turn it over. I'm going to turn it over like a cheater's phone. That's what I'm gonna do. Face down like a cheater's phone. That's what I'm going to do. He's coming in to get it. Here he is. There he is. Take it. Poco said, "See you soon, big boy." That's what he said. He said, "See you later." Javern, can you capture this for us, please, mate? Harry Kane. I want to talk about him a little bit tonight. We have Hope in here a little bit earlier, throwing a bit of shade his way. Harry Kane, Dele Alli. You look at these 2 players today. I know it's only a League Cup game. Do you think when it comes to comparing, say, Arsenal to Spurs, or Spurs with any other top side, do you think like Dele Alli and Harry Kane are the difference? Maybe you throw Christian Eriksen into that level. How good do you think these 2 are in the grand scheme of things in the Premier League? Well, that's the League Cup tonight, but it's a Premier League game. How good do you think these 2 players are?
I mean, firstly, I do not like Dele Alli. I've said it many times, but as a football player, he is a very, very, very good football player. He's an extremely talented player. We saw that today. If you look at the amount of goals he scored, what is he, 22? He's still young enough. I think he's still young enough to get PFA Young Player of the Year next season. That's how young he is. And you look at the amount of goals and assists and what he's done in the Premier League at such a young age, it's quite incredible. And Harry Kane, he's just different class as a striker. He's very, a lot of people, well, most people understand this, but quite a few don't. What he does on the ball, what he does for the team, what he does off the ball, we saw it today. control, turn, pick the pass out. There's a few other times where he held the ball up and shrugged people off, brought others into play. He does a lot for Tottenham. They're a completely different side when he's in the starting lineup. Son as well, who we have to talk about because he was
class again.
He gave us all sorts of trouble again and scored a wonderful goal as well. They have a quartet, I'd say, if you include Eriksen, that are really, really top level players. And let's hope that gets broken up as soon as possible.
Being a Gooner yourself, would you say this is, in your lifetime, maybe the best selection of Spurs players, the best Spurs team you've seen?
Collectively, yeah, because if you look at individuals like Bale, Van der Vaart, they've had some really
Gaza,
Ginola, they've had some really good players, but collectively at the same time, I'd say this is probably the best that I've seen in my life.
And it's all down to Poch. It is down to Poch. I think Tottenham themselves will probably realise, even though they've got quality players, and they do, even in defence, just quality players all through the defence. The goalie's good. If Poch goes and that organisation and that, everything that he has about him goes, and if it goes to Man U or Real Madrid or wherever, I feel like even though those players are really, really good, I feel like it may fall apart.
Well, I would say, like, my dad's a Spurs fan. I speak to him about this a lot. Like, in my lifetime with Tottenham, whenever they've had a top-class player, somebody has come along and snapped them up. If they've had a manager that's doing well, Harry Kane is the last example of a Spurs manager doing well. The only reason
Harry Redknapp.
Harry Redknapp. I've got Harry Kane on my mind. I can't get him out. But with Harry Redknapp, it was only because of the flirting with England that made them say, do you know what, we're going to kind of move you on. And that was a travesty in itself, and obviously made up for Harry Redknapp winning I'm a Celebrity.
Harry Redknapp did really well for Tottenham. I think people forget that he did do really well.
But he still went for a stage where he was always, his best players always are about to leave. And I think the one thing that Poch has done brilliantly, he's had more consistent results. He's developed a better team than Harry. But he's been able to make sure that Levy has sold nobody. Spurs have suddenly become a team that don't sell anyone. And I think Spurs fans have to be worried. I've seen on social media the last 48 hours, they know how heavily linked Poch is to Man United. His press conference didn't help matters. Well, he didn't come out and say, I don't want the job.
He's always been kind of...
Well, because this is what I say to Spurs fans. And yes, right now Spurs have a better team than Man United, there's no doubt. But people don't need to delude themselves away from the fact that the draw of going to a Man United or Real Madrid is absolutely massive. He's already stepped up from Southampton to Spurs, which is a big jump. Spurs to Man United is equally that big a jump again, and people want to challenge themselves in life. And I think Spurs fans right now are panicking because they are better than Arsenal. Through to another semi-final of a competition. They've got, as you mentioned, so I brought up, I wanted to get into this conversation, they've got Harry Kane. They've got Son, they've got Dele Alli. If Poch goes, if he is that glue that's holding it together, there's no way. And I'm asking this because I know this is going out on AFTV. Are Arsenal fans praying that Poch joins either Real Madrid or Man United in the summer?
100%. 100%. I would drive him there. I don't even drive.
I still think that's crazy though, because even though I get the rivalry, if he goes to Man United, Arsenal and Man United might not have a rivalry that's as deep as the Spurs one, but there's still a rivalry there. And if Man U come back...
You're a Liverpool fan, and Liverpool and Arsenal guys, you have been laughing at Man United for a while now, especially this season. Would you be, like, you've seen what Spurs have done tonight, you've seen what they're doing in the league, they don't have a budget that Man United have, they don't have the pulling power in terms of high quality players like Man United do. Would you be fearful of Man United legitimately returning back to the top if Poch was to join them?
Yeah, 100%. Because as much as, I think Pep and Klopp are better managers than Pochettino, but I think because of what Poch has done with what he's got, there's an argument he's as good as them because of that. So if he goes to a club where they'll actually back him and say, look, mate, if you want to get this guy, we'll give you that money. And he then doesn't have to go and get youth players, but he can as well.
Yeah.
I'm sure there must be good players in the Man U Youth Academy that he'll be able to bring through and do what he's done with people like... can you imagine what Poch would do to Rashford? He'd probably get him playing like Dele Alli. Do you know what I mean? Because he'd come in and give him the confidence. He revived Lamella's career.
Imagine what he could do with Pogba and Martial.
This is what I'm saying. So
this
is what I'm saying. Even though, all due respect, I know obviously with you being Man U, I want him to go Real Madrid. If he's leaving, I need him to go abroad.
I don't care where he goes. Just leave.
So listen, Spurs fans, I want to hear from you on the phones now. 0203 606 0315. If you're watching this playback, leave your comments below. Javern, thanks for capturing that for us, mate. I want to hear from Spurs fans. Are you scared that Pochettino is going to leave and results like tonight are going to stop for your football club? Because I think, whether it's Man United or Real Madrid, that is a distinct possibility because both those clubs are struggling this season.
And I think he owes it to himself, as you said.
To challenge yourself.
Yeah, he owes it to himself
Although,
to go for that.
If he leaves Tottenham without winning them something after as well as he's done, it will be a bit of a travesty. If you take the rivalry out of it, just think from a purist, it will be such a shame if he gets to do all this, the stadium gets built, and he doesn't get to leave them with something. And I feel like in him, he's probably still thinking, I want to leave Spurs something.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It doesn't matter what it is. I want to leave them with a League Cup, an FA Cup.
He might not feel like that if they're absolutely abusing him. I'm glad he didn't win anything.
They're in the semi-final of the League Cup now, so they got a good chance of winning something this season.
There must be a
Sorry, Javon, I can't hear you, mate.
Yeah.
Sorry, mate. Let's get Arsenal fans on the air then anyway. We'll speak to Arsenal fans.
So are the Spurs fans being humble here?
No,
they just don't have many fans. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name?
Lucas.
Hello, Lucas. You're a Gooner?
No, I'm a Spurs fan.
You're a Spurs fan. What do you want to say about your victory tonight?
Just how proud I am.
Why are you proud? Tell us.
Oh, because of everyone's rating Dele Alli now.
Tell us what you think about Dele Alli.
TV.
Well, I've always rated him, but I think it's taken like a big game for all of the Premier League players to start rating him.
Oh, okay.
I mean, all the Premier League fans and everyone.
So you think they only rate him now after this game, not anything he's done before this?
Spurs fans have always rated him.
Yeah.
But I think we're sort of. I think other teams and other teams' fans are going to start rating him now up because he's done it on the big stage in a massive game.
Do us a favour. Can you turn your device down in the background, please?
It's a Carling Cup.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this question. You're a Spurs fan. You've got one of the best managers in European football right now. Are you fearful that he is going to leave your club in the summer? Will he be the next Man United or Real Madrid coach?
I think he's definitely going to be one of the... I think he's more likely to go to Real Madrid than Manchester United because maybe this is naive of me, but I'm confident that he'll stay loyal to us and won't go to another English team, but maybe I'll end up eating my words. I'm not sure.
Football
but I'm worried because I think he's definitely one of the best managers in Europe.
But I get that, but he's already left one English club to join you.
Sorry, could you say that again?
He already left one English club to join you. So what makes you think he'd stay loyal? I think he might go Real Madrid, absolutely. But what makes you think he won't go to another big Premier League club, a bigger club than Spurs?
Well, I think right now, leaving Manchester United, there's the money in it. I think right now we're a lot better than Manchester United. So I don't see what's in it for him other than a bit of money. And if he's asking for money, then Real Madrid...
I'll tell you what's in it for him, in my opinion. If he goes on and finishes in the top four another 2 or 3 times with Spurs, maybe picks up an FA Cup, he might become a bit of a legend at Tottenham. If he goes back to Man United and gets them back to winning ways, winning Premier League and Champions League, he becomes a footballing legend. He becomes remembered in football for eternity. If you win Premier Leagues and Champions League, which will be his target, he becomes a football legend. Any manager that wins those titles, and that's what he'll want to create, that's what all managers should aspire. Now, I'm not saying he can't do that at Spurs, but I just don't think Daniel Lee, with the way football is now, I don't see Spurs financially backing him to be able to compete on a regular basis against City, against Liverpool, Man United, Real Madrid, Bayern, etc. But I understand your viewpoint. Would you be fearful for this Tottenham side should he leave? Do you think it could all fall apart, all these players could leave?
Yeah, I think you made a very valid point there, and I think that he is definitely holding a lot of players together. A lot of players, it's clear they enjoy playing under Pochettino. So why, if he goes, will they all go? That's definitely that's worrying.
I hear that, mate. Listen, really appreciate your call, brother. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much.
Cheers, mate.
One other thing about the Pochettino thing about him not being backed and not being able to buy players and stuff. I think part of that is because he's not selling the players. Tottenham have always sold and then reinvested that money because they're not selling anyone. Levy's like, well, you're not making any, you're not bringing any money in. I'm not going to give you any money to spend.
Just a quick update. Sorry, the semi-final draws have come in. Chelsea will play Burton, which we predicted.
Yes. Come on,
So
City.
it's going to be
Tottenham
Spurs versus Chelsea in a two-legged.
City.
Sorry. It's City versus Burton.
Oh,
yeah.
City got Burton.
City got
Ah,
Burton.
come
and
on.
Spurs, Chelsea.
Come on.
Chelsea would do him anyway. Chelsea would do him.
So
you
yeah,
think so?
that's
Yeah,
the
Chelsea would do.
play.
But Bellamy said City.
Have
Burton
hope. Have hope.
After
What?
the game, he said they got Burton. He said it after the game.
Have hope. Why did you jump up in shock when I said that Poch could become a footballing legend as a manager at Man United?
Because United are a mid-table club.
But I said if.
They're a mid-table club.
No, sometimes you are the most moronic man in the world.
Yeah.
I said if he goes there and takes them back to winning ways, then they're not a mid-table club, are they, you donkey?
I tell you one thing that people underestimate when they've got a situation like Poch. I get the law of Man U, and it is more than Tottenham. Like you have
He's
to-
here. Sorry.
No. Okay. Hey, guys. Man United are relevant as a brand. As a footballing team, they are irrelevant right now. They're a mid-table club.
What did I say, though?
You said that if he goes and succeeds at United, he becomes a footballing legend.
Yes.
That's a lie. That's false.
Why?
Because United right now, they're irrelevant footballing wise.
So if he makes
That's going to take about 5 years to
So if
sort
he
that
makes,
out.
so like I said, if he makes them relevant and they win major trophies again, that's
How
not
is,
even
how is he a footballing legend then?
because
United's relevance is not the same as it was before. Empires rise and empires fall. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, but
United are heading away
if he brings the Empire back,
You're a
he
United
becomes-
legend. Why you?
That's exactly what he said.
No, he says he becomes a footballing
if he wins,
legend.
let's just say Pochettino wins a Champions League and 2 Premier Leagues, or a couple of Champions Leagues and a couple of Premier Leagues. Say he did that. That would be the goal of Man United. If he achieves that, that's what he's going there to do. He isn't going there to win 1 trophy and leave. If he goes there and achieves that, why would he not go into the history books as a top-class manager and be a legend of the game?
And why? Okay, if he
Aren't
wins,
all managers who win a couple of Premier Leagues and a couple of Champions Leagues considered
if he
legends of the
does
game?
the same for Tottenham, then he's the same.
But he's not going to. I don't believe he'll do that
He's
at
not
Tottenham.
going to do that at Tottenham, is he?
Because I don't think they will spend enough money to compete against the big boys to win those kind of that level of trophy.
For me, I just still feel that your view of United, being a United fan, I get it, is a little bit skewed because I just think that if he goes and wins their Champions League or Premier League with United, he'll still be a United legend. You're not putting it of him being this footballing legend because he does it for United makes no sense whatsoever. Because United are just not that big a club now. That's what I'm saying. They're not that big a club now. Branding wise, yes, but footballing wise, they're irrelevant. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. All you do
Why
is
is he
talk
even
about
here?
us. Take care. Thank you, mate. Cheers. There we go.
So just to finish,
yeah,
good, I was
sorry,
saying,
yeah. Man,
one
come
thing I think people do underestimate. Hope got me totally off guard. If you have a situation like what Poch does at Spurs and you realise everything is ticking, sometimes it's a risk to go to another team
I agree.
and actually try to replicate what you've done, even though you believe in your own ability. Maybe there's a part of Poch that might think, as much as Man U's a better club, can I be asked to go through everything I've done, clear out the bad, and take another 3 years to get Man U back where I got.
Well, if he's
Tottenham
not willing to do that, he shouldn't be a football manager.
No, but I mean, because he has it now. Say Tottenham got rid of him, he'd take the job like that. But while he's got such a good thing now, would he
understand
risk
that.
leaving
I
it
think
for
you have
no
to.
reason?
I think you have to because
to go and
you
do-
have to understand the size of the job as a Man United manager. That's the most successful club in England. It's one of the biggest clubs in the world.
But that's why the pressure is
as an
also-
ambitious manager, you should jump at the chance to take that job and try to get them back to where they once were. You have to take that chance.
I mean, I heard Zidane said he's not sure if he wants
Yeah,
it
but
because
Zidane
it's
was
a
more
risk
so-
on your own reputation.
I think a lot of managers were talking
Well,
like that
Zidane's
when
won stuff.
Yeah, but I also think a lot of managers were talking about becoming the Man United boss. They were being asked, they were being questioned about it when Jose was still manager. So I think there was a lot of respect, honour amongst the thieves. You know,
Maybe,
we're not going to speak about it until it's an open job. But we will see. Javon, let's get some more Arsenal fans on the air. As you said, there's a few waiting to see how they're feeling after their humbling defeat at home to Tottenham. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name?
Sam from London.
Hello, Sam. You a gooner?
Yeah, Gruner.
Can you talk a little louder? It's very quiet where you are.
Yeah, Gruner.
Yeah, no, I hear that. Your phone's very quiet.
Oh yeah, Gruner.
There we
there you
go,
go.
brother. It sounded like you were hiding under your covers. Mate, how
Yeah,
you feeling
man.
after that defeat tonight? Were you happy with the performance from Arsenal, or do you think they didn't put enough into it because it's the League Cup? What's your feelings?
You know what? Yeah, I just had a funny feeling about the game this morning. But when I woke up in the morning, when I was on the way to work, I was thinking about this game. I said, "This is the actual first game where I've actually thought, prove me wrong, Arsenal." you've actually lost, and that's why I wanted to pounce on Arsenal. I thought after that loss last week, when was that, on Sunday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was a Sunday against
Southampton. Yeah,
Southampton. I thought, this is the game to bounce back, and what better team to bounce back against? And when that first goal, especially when Mkhitaryan went through and he missed that chance as well, I just knew it. I said Arsenal will not win this game today. And the thing is, right, we played well as well. We played well. I think Tottenham they took their chances. They defended well, and they didn't really need to do anything. They didn't really need to do anything much. Yes. They were waiting for Arsenal to come, and we didn't bring it tonight. No one. Aubameyang, he just, honestly, I don't even know what's happened to him, man.
Yeah, I mean, Aubameyang relies on service, and he didn't get much today. Yeah, I think he got clean through once, and then he tried to pass it to Lacazette. I don't know why he didn't go for goal himself. Mkhitaryan could have actually passed it across to him. It would have been a tap-in. We all know Aubameyang likes tap-ins, apparently. But yeah, I think there was some poor decisions in the final third from us.
Yeah, it was a bad. And I'm just waiting for the media to pounce on Arsenal now. This is it. Here we go again. Arsenal played well.
Yeah.
In the beginning of the season. Now it's come Christmas now. We start dropping points, and you can see we need bodies.
Yeah.
We're getting tired. I can see the way that Arsenal are moving the ball. They're moving the ball as quick as they're moving it during the undefeated streak, but they're tired. I can tell that we just need to get to the transfer window.
Yeah, we need reinforcements
because it just looks, since that Welbeck injury happened.
Yeah.
And then obviously the Holden thing happened as well.
Yeah.
I just think that's just kind of demoralised us.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
I think the manager is looking and thinking he could be in trouble here. Like he needs wingers. We need wingers. We need people that can get up the flanks. I think the right back now, he did all right, but he wasn't. You can see, I don't know. I think he plays better in the midfield.
Yeah, he's a midfielder. He's not a defender.
Yeah, he's a midfield player. Yeah, you could just tell that he didn't have that. He had the energy, but when he got to the final third, it was like he wasn't whipping them in. Like,
he's a central midfielder.
I don't know.
Who would you bring? So if you would bring, you talk about wingers. I suddenly, Magic one time. Who'd you bring into Arsenal in January?
You know what? Yeah. To be honest with you, I know we ain't even got the funds. To be honest, I don't know where the funds are going to come from, to be honest. I'm actually kind of scratching my head. What funds? That's the thing with Arsenal. You just don't know. I mean, Unai Emery said he's going to he can't wait until the window because he feels like he's going to bring some bodies in. But where are we going to get the funds?
I get that, but who would you bring in?
Get back?
I give you the fund right now. Who do you bring in to improve things for Arsenal?
Well, you know what? Yeah, I just want a decent winger, someone that's just try and get someone cheap. Like I don't know, just someone from France, one of them youngers from Monaco. Just put some bodies in the wing.
How about Zaha?
We need service. We've got 2 world-class strikers.
Yeah.
Why are these guys not getting service?
Bring back
Theo. They should be getting way more service than they are, man.
Drifty, say who you said again?
So how about Zaha?
Zaha, but can we? You know what?
But I mean, I give you all the money you need. Like
he's much better than Iwobi. When it comes to directness, he's gone.
Much better than Iwobi. Like Iwobi.
I mean, Iwobi likes to dibble and dabble on the ball. He's like, where I know with Zaha, one-on-one, he's, you know what I'm saying? Look, if that was Zaha against Trippier in that game.
Yeah, he would have ripped him.
Oh, yeah.
He would have ripped him. Because he made Iwobi look, I'm not even going to lie.
To be fair, Iwobi was
sometimes he made Iwobi look like... He, you know what I'm saying? He was a world-class player. And he just didn't have that conviction just to drive through and just whip a ball in. You got Aubameyang in the middle there. He's not really joining the game too much. I don't know. Unai Emery's got a lot of thinking to do, man, because obviously this is what I didn't want. I knew if we lost this game, this was it. You know what I'm saying? And all these guys that are going to come are already hearing Tottenham are this and Tottenham are that. Like, if that chance went in by Mkhitaryan, it would have been a different game, innit?
Different game.
Yeah, but if my auntie had a willy, she'd be my uncle. Do you know what I mean? Listen,
you know what, Tottenham played well, innit? I give it to them. They did well, innit? But again, this is another chance.
Yeah,
Sunday, we got another early kickoff. Show me something.
We got to beat up Burnley.
Bounce back.
Do
something.
Yeah. All right, brother.
Mate, appreciate your call. Take care, my man. Thank you.
Yeah, we got to beat
Thanks very much. Thanks very much.
Cheers,
see you later, man.
Burnley's gonna get battered.
I hope so.
I can just smell it now.
It depends
4-0.
if we've got the numbers, like you said. The injuries are killing us right now.
But I'm going in it's at home, right?
Yeah, but
I'm going in the betting app and I'm putting some money on more than 3.5 goals in that game.
I don't know, man.
Defensively, they have been a shambles. Just so everybody knows, in the description below, whatever channel or platform you're watching on, is a link. Is it to the latest one? Yes, to the latest episode of Blood Brothers, episode 2. Yours truly. I'm doing the voiceovers on that. Very proud moment in my career. Go check it out. It's a really good episode. A number of games in it. And actually a really good scene or two with DT and his son Kieran. I think you see a much different side to DT to what a lot of you are used to seeing. So go and check it out. Sorry, Javon, you don't talk loud enough, bruv. Oh, we're going to play you a quick trailer. That's what we're going to do. Javon whispers in my ear. He's like... gonna play you. Honestly, is that how you talk to Poco? That's how you do.
He's pissed off every single person in that team.
Can you see the thugs of North London have come? No,
refs, that's straight.
Nah, my name was Trooper. My mum called me Troops.
I stopped playing football because I had to take care for my father.
Why is he talking? This guy, they want to fight me in the ring.
He can put me on my arse, I'll fucking absolutely annihilate him. I'll send him out on the stand if he puts me on my arse. No chance. Oh, sorry, Flex.
I just don't want to hear any bullshit. I don't want to hear nothing. I want to see you on the pitch.
Ross, that looked pretty bad.
Don't move him, don't move him.
So make sure you check out Blood Brothers, an amazing... It's a reality show, it's a documentary, it's based on real people. A lot of people have said as well, I've seen some of the comments, oh, it's scripted. Trust me, it ain't scripted. Like, honestly, I really enjoy it, even though I'm involved with it. And episode 3 comes out next week. That's the big one with the United stand. A lot of questions are going to be answered. I know the answers because I've seen footage of everything. So I know who's been telling little porcupines. I know what really happened on the day. But I definitely know that Sophie Richo absolutely schooled DT at football. I do know that much. But yeah, check out episode 2 in the description below. Oh, I was going to ask you a question, right? A few Arsenal fans have been a little bit pessimistic. I was kind of saying, I know it's going to be it. Do you worry that your season could fizzle out?
You know what? No, because at the beginning of the season, I expected us to be around 5th, 6th.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I think we've kind of exceeded expectations in terms of we haven't lost as many games as I maybe thought we would have. But I always knew this point was going to come. I thought it was probably going to come in November because we tend to have very bad Novembers. It's coming December. And the worst thing is that the injuries are piling up. And in this time of the year, this is when you have game after game after game after game.
Yeah.
If we cannot bring players in January, then I am quite fearful.
Where would you get the money from, though?
We don't have.
If you only got the 60 million in the summer, which is the main window.
I mean, and the thing is,
I reckon you should borrow it from Robbie. I reckon you should get it from Robbie.
Yeah, Robbie, put your hands in your pocket.
Come on,
help us out.
Come on.
We loan market. I don't know if we could get some players in on loan. I don't know.
Just quickly, is Emery gonna end up being a victim of his own success here? Because he did better than people thought he would do straight away.
Yeah.
So, as you said, like, I must admit, you're not one of them. I'll give you credit. You've stayed level-headed the whole time. But even I got a bit swept up in this, like, oh, shit, Arsenal are really going to be good this season. And I'm not saying 2 losses means they're not. But I feel like a lot of fans did get carried away a bit.
You're right.
And now, are they going to be, like, so happy that they were doing well, thinking they were going to do better, that they'll cuss Emery now? Because
let's hope the fans actually
If you go through those fixtures, if you go through those fixtures, 1-0 against Huddersfield, I mean, you do 2-2 against Man United, and then United were awful. Great result against Spurs. Every team you beat in the Europa League, I don't even count because they just never even heard of these teams. You scraped past Bournemouth 2-1. Yeah. You drew with Wolves. Wolves could have easily won that game. Drew with Sporting. The Liverpool game where you drew 1-1, you played well in that game. You played well in that game. 2-1 against Blackpool in the League Cup. It's a scrape. 2-2 with Crystal Palace. 1-0 against Sporting. did well against Leicester when you won 3-1, but that game could have been different. There were some dodgy decisions in there.
Even the Palace, it was handball.
The Fulham game, you smashed them 5-1. You go through it. Of course, some really good performances in those games, but there were so many of those games. Even when you beat Everton 2-0.
Oh yeah, we could have lost that game.
So it's almost like you got through these games, you didn't concede in some of them, but it wasn't like watching Liverpool where it was defensively sound. It wasn't like watching City where you just brushed these teams aside. It was a bit lucky in those games, and I think that some have got a bit gassed.
Yeah.
And what could be a worry is you now have the team below you, Man United, in the league, who have got rid of their manager. It could get worse with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Mickey Phelan. But if they start to improve and get results, and Arsenal now go for a little bit of a tough sort of patch, injuries, no one comes in January, suddenly you fall back down to 6th place. With all that enthusiasm that so many Arsenal fans invested, you could see things become quite sour quite quickly. That would be my fear for Unai Emery.
And that's why I'm saying he'd be a victim of his own success, because it wouldn't be his fault. Because if he'd have just stayed at 6th place and been consistent at that, people would have been cool. But because he raised the bar and did well for the beginning, all of a sudden people are going to be like, no, why can't you just keep doing that?
This is what I mean about football fans being very reactionary at the moment. So when we were going on this run and everyone's like, Arsenal title challenges. No, we've never been title challengers. Not once. Do you know what I mean? That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I did a video and got so much hate. And all I've done this season really is praise Arsenal. I think there's been growth. I think there's a new energy. There's new hunger. The football's a lot better. I think Unai Emery has been a breath of fresh air, not just at the club, but in the Premier League. But the notion they were title challengers was just... It was laughable. But when I said that, and I didn't even say it was laughable, I just said there's no chance this season. The abuse that I got from Arsenal fans, which leads me to think that they think there's an opportunity of them challenging for that title based on, going unbeaten against half of the teams they went unbeaten against were average, absolutely average.
I thought they could challenge in the way of you'd still be involved like around March. I didn't think that you could win it, but I thought maybe I got caught up, but I thought Arsenal would maintain this. And I thought maybe around March will be where we'll be like, oh no, they can't.
I remember having this conversation with you, and I said our ceiling, realistically, our ceiling this season is 4th. Top 4, that's our ceiling. That's our aim. If we get top 4, that's great. If we finish outside the top 4, but we have better performances, which to a part we have, and you can see that there's clear hope for improvement next season. You have to give Emery 2 free transfer windows. Okay, before we can start actually judging how far we've actually come. So we're going to have losses, and we have to stick with Emery. We can't turn around now and be, you've lost 2 games. Emery's rubbish. What has he done? What has he done? That's absolute nonsense.
But do you worry if, let's just say you lose 1-0 to Burnley at the weekend, draw the next game, get beat by Liverpool. If you have like another 3 poor results, poor performances on the bounce, do you think that old habits could die hard and some of those, especially the younger fans, maybe the little less mature ones, the ones who struggle in their brain struggle sometimes to compute that development takes time. Do you think there could be a bit of a bad reaction, negative reaction from them?
Yeah, I do, unfortunately, because as I said, football fans are very reactionary. I think fans will start to turn if we do lose. Yeah, it could be quite possible where we go for a 6 or 7 game run now where we don't have a win. We draw a couple, we lose a couple. That could quite possibly happen. But we have to remember that after 23 years of having someone as, such a big personality as Arsene Wenger, and so someone so important to the club, and then you have hopes wreaking havoc in here today.
Yeah.
What's going on? So someone such as Arsene Wenger, and then you replace them, it's going to take a long time. It's not an overnight fix. Emery's not going to come in and just turn things around straight off the bat. It's not going to happen. You have to be realistic.
A comment here, super chat, so I have to read it out. This person has paid £2 for me to say this. Brilliant. Thank you for the £2. That'll go. That's great. I'll put that towards my new BMW. Thank you. It says Terry Hazard. So Terry is in me. Hazard has 10 goals and 9 assists in 13 starts with thumbs up. Brilliant. Hazard is a top class player. When he's in form, he's probably the best Premier League player there is. Absolute brilliant. Just because
I gave you £2 for that.
Yeah, but just because
did Hope pay for that?
No, Hope didn't pay for that. Hope wouldn't pay that money. Jeez.
I thought Hope actually paid for a super chat out there.
This is the thing about football. What I love about the work I do on YouTube in football is that you can say something positive and still people take it as a negative. Like Hazard is top class. all I have said is that he's not on par with Messi and Ronaldo and the top tier of footballers in terms of your Beckenbauers, your Messis, your Maradonas, your Pelés. I don't put him in that category. I put him in like maybe the third tier. So I don't put him in the same level as your Ronaldinhos and your R9s. That's a consistency thing. So he's just at the next level down with your Frank Ribery's and your Wayne Rooney's, and they get really offended by it. Yeah, they get really offended. They do.
I know Terry said Rooney on purpose.
I know I did. And I know I did. But like, Have Hope's got this obsession with ability, and it's not all about that. It's about the outputs, and there are lots of. Do you know what I mean? There are many ways to skin a cat. Have hope. It's true. Oh, there's another super chat again. This is for your BMW 2. Thanks for answering. Man gave me another £2. Thank you. I bought an i8, right? And it's thank you. Keep the super chats coming.
Bro, can you jump on our channel with super chats just for no reason? Just £2 to say thank you, bro. Yeah, bring some of that money over.
I like it. That's the thing. Do you know what I do like about it? You guys are the same as myself. Like, I'm a football terrorist. You're the football banter show. And it's like, you talk generic football. You got your own teams and your own bias, but you talk, and I like that about my channel. It's a wide mixture of fans, and lots of Chelsea fans and Liverpool fans have joined my channel in the last few years. And it does make the conversations and the chat so much more fun than just being an echo chamber of Man United fans. I would hate that. Even if someone said to me now, I'll give you 200,000 subscribers, but they're all Man United fans and they're all going to have the same opinion as you, I would say no. I really would, because I like that. So yeah, appreciate the super chat. Appreciate you all tuning in. Arsenal fans out there, thank you very, very much for tuning in. Please, everybody, smash that like button if you have not done so already. We're back on Friday for Wolves versus Liverpool, and then on Saturday for the Arsenal game at 12:30. And we will be covering Manchester United's new game under the new era. No more Jose and no more excuses. That comes on FanPark Live this coming Saturday. Gentlemen, thank you very much. Quality show as ever. Appreciate you all being here. Commiserations on being knocked out. Gooners.
He's taking it well, though.
He has. In his Christmas jumper.
You know what? Yeah, it's Christmas. You know what? If this was the one the other week and we lost that one, I'd have smashed the place up. The show wouldn't have happened.
Jesus. I'm leaving. Take care of yourselves. God bless. Good night. Bye-bye.
He's pissed off every single person in that team.
Can you see? The thugs of North London have come. Nah,
refs, that's straight.
Nah, my name was Trooper. My mum called me Troops.
I stopped playing football because I had to take care for my father.
Why is he talking? This guy, they want to fight him in the ring.
You're going to put me on my arse, I'll fucking absolutely annihilate him. I'll send him out on the stand if he puts me on my arse. No chance. Oh, sorry, Flex.
I just don't want to hear any bullshit. I don't want to hear nothing. I want to see you on the pitch.
Ross, that looked pretty bad.
Don't move him.
Get all your football news as it breaks with Football Flash.